Bridging the digital divide is one of our greatest challenges. We need to be sure that we meet the Millennium Development Goals in the ICT sector, and we need to meet that goal earlier than other sectors in order to help them to reach their goals. That's why when we organize Connect Africa, the African leaders in the telecommunication sector have decided to actually move forward their Millennium Development Goals in the ICT sector from 2015 to 2012. In order to have the MDGs in education or health, you need to have e-education and e-health sectors prepared. But turning back to the LDCs in general, out of the four, a lot of progress has been made today in the ICT sector. We have over 110 million mobile subscribers in those 49 LDC countries. And the penetration rate in the LDC countries is close to 30% now, so 1 in 3. And that's up from 1 in 50 back just 8 years ago. Therefore, there are some good signs. Of course, those growths are in the mobile sector. We need to ensure that we have the right policies and strategies that will enable us to have the same figures in broadband, in next generation networks, and also in internet penetration. Our challenge is to work together with governments and industry to just do that. The World Radio Conference that was held in 2007 laid the ground actually for many services and applications. It gave new spectrum allocations to many systems, 3G, NGNs, digital broadcasting, satellite communications. All of those have been very nicely coordinated during the World Radio Conference in 2007 by the ITU, the member states, and I'm very pleased with the results that we have. That therefore, the platform is ready for growth in the mobile sector. But having said that, it is very important to continue to invest in fixed infrastructure that enable even higher rates of broadband. The current financial crisis is again demonstrating to us that national policy, government policies and regulations are important then can make or break the network. And therefore, that's why ITU has been bringing together the regulators of the world annually since year 2000. Under the Global Regulators Symposium, what we call the GSR. Those are opportunities for us to ensure that best practices are shared, that common principles are decided among the regulators, and that they learn their lessons. And we have added another element to that. We're bringing the global industry leaders together under the GILF to ensure that they also communicate to the regulators to exchange views on what are the enablers or what are the breaks in the system so that we do the right thing. We're always talking about innovation and infrastructure as key enablers, but you will never have enough innovation or you will not be able to take care of the infrastructure if you don't do the right capacity building and training. We have centers of excellence around the globe. We have exchange programs as well as curriculums from various universities that are being exchanged through the ITU to ensure that the training curriculums are in sync with the job opportunities, with the services and applications that will be coming up. That tuning is very important, and strategically we have been working with both with governments and private sector in doing so, and that has been a key driver in the job creation in the ICT sector. And as you know, 2/3 of the new jobs in the world have been created through ICT in the past 5 years. In our Connect the World series, we are targeting regions one by one in a consolidated manner in ensuring that we have regional strategies discussed and regional plans put in place. The CIS is one region that is ready now to move into that direction, and we are very grateful to the government of Belarus, who has invited the Connect CIS in November this year. We hope again to bring together political leaders and industry leaders together to discuss the problems of the region and to see some of the solutions that we can trigger together, and ensure that there are also regional projects, large infrastructure projects that will enable more integration of the region and also create new opportunities. You know, the CIS region has one very good characteristics: the capacity building. The university system is very good there. The potential that this region is showing, as you rightly mentioned, in areas such as software development, those are areas where the brain power makes a difference. There are some very good examples where strategies, good government strategy works and have a very positive impact. Egypt is one of them, Korea. There are many other countries that have put in place a good regulatory framework and a good investment strategy in the ICT sector that has enabled a tremendous growth, and we can see the effect on other sectors as well. And our role is to make sure that there is enough exchange of views of best practices in this. We have to be cautious though. Something may work in one country and may not work in another. Everything should be taken in the context, and that's why exchange of experiences are very important, so the countries can take those and try to apply them, taking into account the national context, and that's very important. That's where we've seen the successful role in the ITU of the Global Symposium of the regulators, where regulators from very big countries or very small countries come together without any difference among them, looking at the issues together, learning lessons from each other as well. And this has been very efficient. There's no perfect model, I should say, frankly. There's no perfect model in the regulation, but there are perfect principles that companies, organizations, and countries can share and apply, and then build on their own models based on those principles. Principle of transparency, principle of communication inside the country with the industry leaders, consumers, and the civil society. All of those are practices that we do exchange with our members so that they could apply those principles and build on those to have a good regulatory framework. We have 191 member states, 730 private sector companies working hand in hand. ITU is about partnership.